Good morning and welcome to the channel. Today is Monday, September 29th. I am coming to you with another budget with me. Before we get started, I do want to say I did skip the last recording for my paycheck on September 15th. I normally find budgeting to be very fun and interesting, but this past pay period, I just wanted to get it done. I didn't have a lot going on, and so I just went in, assigned all the money, called it done, and didn't record a video. At the top of the screen, you see that I have about $2,500 to assign. I am going to assign that out with the software you see on the screen, which is called YNAB, also known as You Need a Budget. This is a budgeting tool that I have used for, I think I'm coming up right on 2 years. You can either purchase it as a monthly subscription or as an annual subscription. There is a link in the description below where you can get a 30-day free trial. It is a referral link, and so you get a free month and I would get a free month as well. This software tool has really helped me pay off over $20,000 in debt. I think it probably is closer to 40. And so that's one of the reasons that I continue to pay for the software, just because it really is a different way of thinking. And there's also a ton of videos online where you can get help from the community. You can go to Reddit and see how other people are budgeting. There's also, a lot of people that can answer your questions, or if you just want to make sure that your thought process is well thought out when you're making a change to your budget or when you're trying to add something to your budget, there really is a host of people willing to help. And also the YNAB support team for the app itself has a host of blogs, resources, tools, and great customer support. Now that I've got all of that out of the way, let's get into assigning this money. I'm going to start with my overspent category. I did overspend on groceries. I think part of that is because we had a HelloFresh box, which I've been getting those delivered every other week because I hate grocery shopping and I hate cooking even more, but it's necessary in order to survive. So I tolerated that. And then my husband and I also went to the wine store and we stocked up on a bunch of wine and spirits for the holiday season. Last year, we waited until around Thanksgiving time to do this, and the line to the store was like down the street, backed up traffic. So we decided to get ahead of that this year and we stocked up on all of our holiday spirits. We should have enough for all the entertaining and the family gatherings for both Thanksgiving and for Christmas. All right, so I'm going to cover this overspending with the money from Ready to Assign. Okay, so now that that's done, that takes us to about $2,300. So I want to go through my budget and just look at anything that is underfunded. Normally, you could just click here to the underfunded category, but I want to go in and look at everything to also see what's left because tomorrow is the last day of the month. So I have $1,872 in food and drinks. This is going to get spent because I'm going to take my daughter to Starbucks when I pick her up from school today to kind of get her motivated to do her homework. I'm going to snooze the stuff I forgot to budget category. All of these are green. These are things that still need to be funded. Quality of life. These are a lot of everyday things. These are funded. I did add this new tech replacement category. I think I used to have this category way back in the day and I removed it. I stopped upgrading my iPhones and my iPad every single year. Right now, my phone is the iPhone 13 mini, but I am considering getting a new iPhone because I have about $400 in gift card, and they'll give me a decent amount for my trade-in because a new phone is coming out. I thought maybe I should add this category because both of my kids have older phones as well, and eventually those are going to need to be replaced. The only reason I'm really thinking about replacing my phone, it's not even the fact that I have gift cards, it's the fact that the iPhone 13 mini is such a small device and I love how portable and compact it is, but I have to charge it throughout the day. And I'm not even a heavy phone user. I don't spend a lot of time on like TikTok and doing things on my phone. And that's primarily because I'm basically like an iPad kid. I use my iPad for watching TV and stuff way more than I use my phone, but I still find myself charging it midday. So I'm thinking about upgrading it, but I'm really not sold on the idea of upgrading it yet. If I wanted to, I could start putting money in here, and I don't have a target assigned to it as of yet. I figure right now I would just add it to my YNAB and see how it feels. All right, continuing on. And then these you did it categories are sinking funds that are funded. These are upcoming like subscriptions and fees and such. And then, of course, medical. I have an FSA account, and lately it seems like I've been spending right up to that amount, but I have this here in case I need it, and we'll see how that goes. And then last but not least is credit cards, which I don't have any credit card debt. The items that go on my credit card are from the monthly bills and the day-to-day spending, and then I pay it off at the end of the month. So I just made a payment to this Apple card this morning, so we should be good to go until next month on both of these. And I think the date to this also out is the 24th, but I'll keep it as is. All right, so nothing underfunded. I do want to check to see what's snoozed. So Verizon was snoozed because I overestimated how much I needed, and I've already moved the extra out of there. Groceries, when they're under target, I take that money and I move it ahead. So this money, the overages for these weeks have already been spent. Stuff I forgot to budget. This is just kind of like a miscellaneous category. I've already used all of the money from this category to cover overspending in other areas. And then job replacement, I'm going to unsnooze this. And I need 124.21. And so I'm going to cover the underfunded here. And that takes care of that. So now that we've handled everything from September, I'm going to go to October. Last paycheck, what you didn't see because I was too lazy to record a video, is that I did start assigning in future months. I had a little bit that I assigned for my paycheck, but also as things happen during the month, like if I returned something and I put money back into a category, or if I sold something on Mercari and eBay, I've also been assigning that money into October. So October already has $2,400. I'm going to try to keep funding into next month's category, which is only a few days away. In theory, I'm trying to get a month ahead. I'm almost a month ahead, but not quite. And that's okay. That's okay. I think I'm just going to go down the list of categories. I'm going to fund my car payment. And it shows an upcoming transaction because I do have my car payment as a scheduled transaction each month. If I pay it ahead, that's all good and well, but I do keep it in my YNAB as a scheduled transaction. Verizon also is yellow, even though I've met the target because I have it scheduled as an upcoming transaction. So I have the bill scheduled as an upcoming transaction, and then also I think money from one of the kids. Yeah, money from my daughter as a scheduled transaction. I need to put money from my son as a scheduled transaction too. I'll do that after the video. That's everything in bills. This is all stuff I really don't like to fund. It's where I do most of my spending. So food and drink is just restaurants, takeout, fuel for my car, household consumables is paper towels, dishwasher liquid, laundry detergent, shampoo, that kind of thing, groceries, and then my stuff I forgot to budget. So I'm just going to hit underfunded for that. And that's going to cover everything there. Now, in some of these categories, I got 2 HelloFresh coming out of this. I'm only gonna fund 145 here. And then I'm gonna go and fix HelloFresh. I'm gonna make myself some notes here. And then I need to update scheduled transactions for HelloFresh because I'm only gonna get 2, and I just need to check those dates because these transactions are for the 21st and the 7th would come out of this week, not this category. So I'll go in and fix that. I'm sorry about that. I just hit the microphone. So I'll get here now into monthly categories. It looks like these are funded. Nothing underfunded. I just wanted to click on it and double check. Our maintenance is funded. Clothes is funded. These are not refill up to. Okay. Both of these are funded. Hobbies, my favorite way to spend money. I'm going to fund hobbies, and I'm going to fund job replacement. I probably need to put some money in the kids category. I removed a target from that, but I'm making myself a note. Add target for kids category. And mainly that's my daughter. She's still in high school. I need to add some money to her lunch account. And then I also need to add a buffer because she's going to take the SAT soon, and I don't know when she's going to need to pay for that. I think that's about $65 if I'm not mistaken. It might be more than that. I need to look at my YNAB transactions to see how much it was last time. So that covers all of that. So now Christmas is under the You Did It, which last month it showed fully funded, but I removed the target and I removed the target from September and added it back because I want to have a balance of $1,750. And the way that the target showed last month, it looks like I had already met that assignment and I hadn't. And so I deleted it. Sometimes you can fix the YNAB targets if you delete it from the prior month and add it back. And so that's what I've done here. So now that's on track. And I'm going to move Christmas up here. Move Christmas up here since it's not funded all the way yet. And so that way I'll have it with the other things that I'm still funding. Now I've got $71.47 left. And I'm just going to put all of that to the kids category. And if I don't need it, then anything left at the end of the month, I'll reassign. I might put it in this tech replacement category since that doesn't have a target either. So now I just like to go through and double check anything overfunded. If anything is overfunded, it probably won't show until the first of the month. So things like where I may have extra money, like food and drink, if I have anything left over, that might be overfunded. But I think the rest of these are pretty much going to be okay at the beginning of the month. Nothing snooze because it's a future month since we're still in September, and so you can't snooze future months. And then underfunded, these two I have to correct. And so I may, let's see, can I do it here on the screen? You guys want to do this with me? So HelloFresh, if we get a HelloFresh on this day, it would come out of the 1st through the 7th groceries. So that fixes let me actually, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to actually go, this is my all accounts. I'm going to go to HelloFresh. Is it 2 words? 1 word. And see the 8th and the 22nd. So this one will come up the 8th. Okay. So this will be fine because it's now that I've done that, I figured out that it's just putting both of them in the same category. So I'll fix that as it happens. that'll be fun. And then the Verizon, I need to see, let's see, phone. Let's do Verizon. So, Sarah paid me her phone bill. Jay paid me on the 23rd. So I'm going to duplicate this. And then the unclear transaction I'm going to set for the 23rd of October. Make repeating. The 23rd of October, repeat monthly. And so now I'm wondering if I did that transaction wrong. Oh, okay. I must have did something wrong when I hit the save and did the dates on that. Okay. So now that should show correctly. Okay, so that got rid of that from underfunded. So yeah, the only other thing is this HelloFresh, and it would probably be better if I just not, because that's going to bother me. So you can probably tell by watching this video, I'm a little bit particular. I think that's a good word. I'm a little bit type A and I like things a certain way. And so part of me doing this is me wanting things to be a certain way. Repeat monthly. Okay. The 9th and the 23rd. So the 9th and the 23rd. It might not fall on these exact dates, but it's approximate. I'm a little bit particular about how I like things done, and I really don't like my categories to show yellow, even though sometimes you just can't help it in YNAB. And so I went through all of that trouble with the transactions just now so that everything could hopefully reflect as close to true to life today as possible. All right. So that is enough of my rambling. I think that's everything for today. However, I do have a question for you. Number one, what are you saving for, or what are you excited about for October? My birthday is coming up, it's mid-month. And so while my budget is all nice and pretty today, it's going to get destroyed. I have yet to buy my birthday gifts. So every year I get myself a gift. It's usually something that I don't want to ask family for because it's expensive or it's related to one of my hobbies and it's very niche. A few years ago, I got myself a MacBook. Last year, I can't remember if I got myself a Steam Deck or a game. I know I was really into Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom came out around that time. And so I was really excited for that last year, but I'm sure I got myself a big gift. I usually spend a few $100s because, there's nothing like celebrating yourself. I don't know what I'm going to get myself this year. I do have a few small items I want, like $100, $200 things that I want for my knitting hobby, but I really want to get myself something big and I don't know what it is. So more to come on that. You will probably see the overspending in the next video. So those are my questions to you. What are you excited for? And then the other question I had is, would you like for me to do another type of budgeting related videos? So early on in my channel, I did do some daily reconcile with me videos. And I can also do weekly reconcile with me videos. I enjoy doing that, especially since I open up my YNAB and reconcile every single morning anyway. It's fun for me and it's relaxing. But then also I'm thinking about maybe doing a Google Sheet or something to start trying to come up with some goals, or I'm not really goal oriented, but maybe more like potential plans for next year, right? One thing I do want to do is I want to increase my 401k contributions so I can save more for retirement. At one point earlier this year, I really wanted to pay off my car, but since my car accident and getting my car totaled and having to get another car, I refuse to pay off any car in the near future. Where I'm at right now in my life, just paying off a car is not one of my goals because, you can get in an accident same day and basically money down the drain. So maybe there's some other goals. I just really have to think on what I want to do for next year. But long story short, if you have anything that you would like to see budgeting related, leave that below in the comments or anything that you're excited about for the month. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.